separate money can create separate lives in a marriage. For us, we're not saying that every couple has to combine every dollar. But for Franklin and myself, we had to get on the same page when it came to our money. And not only that, it's just not about combining your accounts together, but it's also about what are we saving, what are we spending, what are our goals together as a couple. So we're going to talk to you about the pros, the challenges, should you combine your accounts together. So let's get into it, family.
That's great. I'm excited about this topic. The first question I have for you is, why did we choose to combine our money?
For us, it wasn't just about combining our money. It was literally about how can we be transparent with one another, and how can we also communicate with one another. I know for Franklin and myself, it takes me back to when we went through premarital counseling like 12 years ago. Mm-hmm. And when we went through premarital counseling 12 years ago, I don't think back then we realized operating as a team. Mm-hmm. Like we had it in our mind that he was going to have his account, I was going to have my account, and then we're going to have combined accounts. But in hindsight, that was the best thing for us in regards to combining our finances, like combining our accounts together, because it created transparency and honesty too. But from there, we literally had to really talk through in regards to like what that was going to look like, because our past experience can impact in how we do things. And so we also thought, okay, let's do this thing, but we wasn't happy, right, baby?
No, we wasn't happy. And one of the reasons we wasn't happy is because we were kind of a more mature or older couple when we got married. And so we were used to running our own finances. Yes. We were used to having our own accounts. Right. And we was used to having the final say without anybody's perspective or opinion. And so that having joint accounts was going to force us to be able to be transparent, communicate, hold each other accountable. It was a scary place. We didn't like it.
We didn't. And but it also allowed us to see what was coming in. Like we both knew our incomes. Like we didn't hide it. We both knew what expenses were going out as well. We both knew like the savings, the investings, and I think the other important piece is that we had shared vision. And that's the other piece. Like we had shared vision on where we wanted to go. And for you, it may be okay. You have separate accounts because the accounts is just one piece, but it's also the trust. Mm-hmm. Like how do we build trust together? How do we communicate? And how do we be transparent with one another too?
Yeah, the last part I would say is unity.
Unity.
We wanted to demonstrate unity in our finances, not just in other areas of our marriage, but in our finances as well. And we wanted to have the unity and transparency and the visibility so that if we have questions, we can easily access the accounts and be able to address things.
Right. You know what? You're bringing up a great point too, because when we look at it now, baby, like Isabella, she's literally watching like us like work this thing out together, as far as like how we communicate, how we transparent with our finances too. Mm-hmm. This is good. This is good. The next piece, the other question, baby, is, does having joint accounts mean you have to agree on every purchase?
That's a good question. Absolutely not. Because you're not going to agree on everything. No. You know, even when it comes down to financial purchases. And just for example, you know, when we go to the grocery store, when we go grocery shopping, we don't agree on the things that we buy. And it's just on a small level, you know. When my wife goes to the grocery store, she comes back with so many different things that may not even been on the list. I'm pretty much straightforward. I'm going to pick up a few things. And so we have some small disagreements there. But when it comes to large purchases, you really need to be on point. There's not a lot of wiggle room for you to be making big financial mistakes when you're running your household.
Right.
And so you have to know what's coming in and what's going out. And you have to be able to determine, is this purchase going to put us ahead or is going to set us behind?
Right.
And we have to put our egos to the side. We have to put our own personal desires to the side and look and say, what's best for the household financially? Is our savings where it should be? Are we drowning in credit card debt? How do we address that? And so we need to come together and say, hey, we have to have a good conversation on finances in this area.
Right.
And I'll tell you, there's an emotional side to it as well. And so there's an emotional component to the conversation as well. And so how to effectively communicate and have that honest conversation.
When to communicate.
And the tone and those different things. I wish there was a class they taught you in school how to communicate with your spouse on finances.
Right.
That would make life so much easier.
Right. I agree. And then the other piece is once you are talking through in regards to your debt and all of those things, like your kids are really seeing like how you're communicating, how you're being transparent with one another, because they can take what they are learning from you to their family. And so it's like passing that down to your children and your grandchildren. So I love it, baby.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Generational.
Generational.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
Yes.
My second question is, how did our financial background shape the way we manage money?
Oh, this is big. Because, you look at Franklin and myself, and like we're great in the financial area, but our past experience shaped us to be who we are today. And that's the same for a lot of you all out there as well. Like your past experience can shape you to be the person that you are today. And so for me, it was more so like the savings and the financial security. But for you, baby, it was more so like the financial decision. Like, don't get me wrong, we are very transparent and we communicate, but that doesn't mean that Franklin and I we don't have conversations where we agree on everything. But what we do is that we listen to one another. We get a clear understanding of where is it coming from? Like, where is it stemming from as a reason why this person is doing what they're doing, or how they're acting the way they're acting when it comes to finances. And so I would tell you it's very important for you as a couple to get down to the root cause and understand each other and listen, and don't pass judgment, right? Because the ultimate goal is not to combine accounts. The ultimate goal is, how can we build trust so we can eventually combine our accounts and really talk through it. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. My husband and I, it's a beautiful thing when we can look at the bigger picture, and he looks at the budget, he gives his advice and I give my advice, but we're doing this thing together. It's a really, really beautiful thing.
I love it.
Yeah.
And another part of that is you really have to have something objective to really look at. You really have to look at the numbers, when you're basing your communication and your conversation as a couple, because, like I said before, it could be an emotional discussion.
Yes.
And so you have to say, okay, what are we spending this month? Let's look at our spending. Let's look at our savings. Right. What are we saving? What are we investing? What are the needs of the household? Is there maintenance, or do the children need something? Right. So just having the numbers and those things to help guide that conversation will make you more effective in your financial journey.
Right. I love it, because you also have to understand too, like when we need to scale back, like when do we need to pull back on some things. And like Franklin may be on the same. Franklin may have a different different approach than I do. But it's not necessarily okay who's right or who's wrong, but it's more so how do we work through it so we both can feel at ease when it comes to the finance.
Oh, that's
great.
great.
Good, baby. Yes. My next question for you, honey, what does financial transparency actually look like in our marriage?
I love the question.
Yeah.
I know for us, being able to just look at where we're at, in a point of time, like for this month, as an example, I think our grocery bill might have been a little bit over, actually a lot over. And so we were talking about groceries earlier. And so, but why? We need to find out the why. We need to have a conversation. Why is our grocery amount higher this month?
And we just did.
And we noticed a few things that it wasn't just groceries in there. There was a lot of extra other stuff in there. And so just having those monthly or weekly conversations just to make sure that you're on the right track. And it's very important, I know as men, that we are engaged. That we're engaged in the conversation, that we are sharing our perspective, that we are leading our families, and that we are doing the things that we need to do to make sure that we are giving our family the strongest financial stability that we can.
Yeah, I love it. And the same for women. I know that some women don't like to hear the word submit, but one of the things that I do is that I do submit. My husband, he does lead our family, but being able to submit under him and understanding, okay, and he'll tell me, hey baby, we need to tweak this, we need to do that. And sometimes it doesn't feel good, right? But I know that God is speaking through him and he's speaking through our family, so we can be able to be on the same page to have a healthy finance. And so, which is great too, because at the end of the day, like like my husband, he's leading and I'm submitting, but it doesn't say that he's here and I'm here. No, it's more so we're together and we're walking this thing out together to move our family forward.
Yeah, it's a great partnership.
Partnership.
And I think, another thing that couples have to realize, I know there might be one person who may not want to rock the boat or might not want to say the wrong thing, don't want to start a difficult conversation. But when it comes down to finances, you need to have those difficult conversations. Somebody has to rock the boat. Somebody has to say, hey, we are not going in the right direction. We're overspending, or we're saving, but we're not investing strategically in our marriage.
Yeah.
And so you got to have somebody. And so I think,
who is it, baby? Now
it's you. It's you. But it's also sometimes it's me as well.
Sometimes my husband
it depends on, okay, are we investing? Are we investing, or are we saving enough? I don't think we're saving enough. So, we would have to make some adjustments. Right. And so having those difficult conversations is very important as couples on your financial journey.
Right. I love it. And know when to have those conversations. Because if you don't know when to have it, it can go left. And so being able to know when to have those conversations. So I love it, baby. I love it. So our advice to all of the couples is to understand that if one person does not want to combine your accounts, hey, it's not going to happen overnight. But what you can do is to have a healthy conversation around how much we want to save for emergency fund, what debt we want to pay off, like what expenses are going out. Like, do we want to save for our home? Do we want to no longer live from paycheck to paycheck, right? So having those conversations allows you to start building trust. So then eventually you'll start combining your accounts together. So we pray our video truly blesses you and your family. Do us a favor, drop it in the comments below. Like, do you feel that married couples should combine their accounts together, have it separate, or have a combination?
Please like this video, subscribe to our channel so you can see what's coming next. Our financial journey is better together.